Special one for you today. We're going to Crawfordsville, Indiana for the Ironman, round number 13, the final round of the 2024 GNCC season. In this video, you're going to see insights and videos of the before scenes in Brady's race, and then we're going to finish this video off with a Real Talk with Real Deal podcast featuring my son, Brady Rambo Sheppard. Let's get started. We're here at the Ironman, Crawfordsville, Indiana, Ironman Raceway. Epic. We got Rocky here. He's ready to go, y'all. People are still rolling in. It's about 11 a.m. I'm cooking breakfast. We drove straight here from work yesterday. The 250 Covert, stroked it out here. Took 12 hours. Did phenomenal pulling a camper. In this video, you're going to see, I don't know how much, because I'm racing my first PM race ever, y'all. My first afternoon pro race, because you probably, hopefully you've seen, I locked up the national championship in my class at the John Penton race. Brady was a big part of that. Got to see it along with my family. Just unbelievable, just like all you could ask for. Just a perfect scenario, but like we're not finished. That was just the target. We've reached that target. Now it's what's next? What can we accomplish in this sport next? Because it's so much fun, y'all. It's so much fun. Wish I would have done it all my life. Out there ripping like I've always wanted to with my son. It's like, thank you, God. Brady and Halen and their family about to get a picture. What's up, dude?
Yeah, congratulations, bud.
Thank you. we're here right past mile marker 1. We're going to pit him real quick. Then I got to go get ready for my race. He's looking great. It's a beautiful day, and all the family's here.
For round number 1, the XC1 Pro. 28 plus.
So thankfully, I was able to lock up the national championship for my 32 plus C class at the John Penton race a few weeks back. So at this race, you see me, I was in the vet 28 plus B class, mixing it up with those guys. It was a great time. It was so surreal. I was like, I'm in the afternoon race with the big boys. You got the pros up there. It's going to be an amazing time. My start was not the best, as you can see right here. Just didn't go when I hit the button. So it put me at a deficit already, just making some few mistakes in both turns. Put me towards the back, going into the woods, and then two guys got locked up in front of me. I hit them, they break apart, but it stalls us, so about 7 or 8 quads come by, so I'm really in the back now. Fight and claw the whole race. Was able to get in a good groove. My last 2 laps, I really was rolling. P6 finish for me. Brady P7 pushed hard as well. The start for Brady was so epic. Did a great job right there. Put his head down, had a good race overall. Brought home 4th place in the national standing in his 2nd year ever GNCC racing. That is big time. We're going to continue to push to get better in a sport that we truly love. Y'all, most everything that we do is unscripted. So we got Brady Rambo here today on the Real Talk podcast. We're about to do a video when Peyton Woodring comes today to pick up his Akins Ford Raptor Indo Edition, the Georgia kicker. He's a stud. He's an absolute stud. So Brady's on fall break today. So coming to just help Dad soak up what he can, see what his future career path may be as he is a senior at Oconee, just finding what his interests are, what he's good at, what he wants to do. So thinking he might be in the automotive industry. He's drawn to it, does a great job at it. The detail, he loves it as well. Camera skills are pretty good too. But today, Brady, just improv, what has your thought process been for your race season this year? You're kind of just take me through the start of the season. You had some unfortunate stuff go through that, and then where we are now towards the one race to go. Just give me a rundown of your season, what you're thinking, how you feeling.
Yeah, I had some up and downs, but I made the best of it, and I'm 5th in points right now, and only I think it's 6 or 7 points off of finishing 3rd overall in points for the season. But round 1 started out great, was running 3rd like the whole race, finished 2nd, last lap pass. Round 2, wild board, the sand, that was a rough track. I caught you, or you caught me. I caught you back, and then I saw you stuck, and then I got stuck. It's just that race was up and downs, but finished 4th that race, so still good.
That race was challenging because it was it was wetter than we'd normally been, so there a lot of people were getting stuck super deep in places, but then the rest wasn't too bad. But that was a tricky, and it ended up costing me getting stuck bad behind someone.
Yeah, because you had like a 2-minute lead, did you not? And you were winning the whole race.
That was awful.
Yeah,
I hated that.
But actually, I think I caught you actually.
Yeah,
and then you passed me back, and then I passed you back. But me and Dad have been going back and forth a little bit.
And I nailed that guy at this whole shot.
Oh, yeah. That was funny. Yeah. Aiden got a good video. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But then round 3, freaking mud race. Worst mud race of the year, probably. That's what I've heard a lot of pros say, like Josh Merritt. I was like 6th first lap, and then ended up sucking some water up in the engine and blowing the motor up. So, and it finished 9th on the day. Not the day I wanted, but it's okay.
One of the worst mud races ever, what you were trying to say.
Right, yeah.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably that and the John Penton the year before.
Well, John Penton wasn't like super watery. It was just thick mud.
It was just treacherous. It was
peanut butter, basically.
Heavy and thick and tough. That was getting stuck there too was anyway.
But then round 5, like dead last start on the start, and then so I was like 17th on the first lap. Worked my way back up, another sand track, finished like 5th. You ended up getting passed for, was it 2nd? Yeah.
Coker?
Yeah, Camp Coker.
Yeah.
Literally like not even a mile to go.
Yeah, Coker. I was doing very well. There was another little bottleneck that a wreck caused, which slowed me down, which gave the guy enough time to kind of catch me. And then I wasn't pushing hard. Thought I had a good lead still. And then on the last mile and a half, he come up on me, and I took a wrong line in a turn, and he ended up getting by me. And then I just rode over my head, locked up with him at the finish line, and just couldn't get around him in a good manner.
Yeah.
I could have been whatever and got by him, but just I did all I could and could not get by him. Racing clean. Everybody in my class has raced clean all year, and I respect that and respect all those guys, and it's been a great time for my class. But, yeah, Coker, I should have pushed harder the whole race, and I would have had no issues there. So that was a lesson learned for me.
You actually thought you were winning last lap, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, but that could have ended up costing the season if you didn't lock it up
it could have been
a few races ago.
But that was a point I gave up, and that was what it come down to.
That could have been right there, the national championship. Round 6 was it Coker was round 4. Round 5 was it Old Gray?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, another disappointing day. Had a DNF, some clutch issues.
Yep. That track was real. They say old school. It kept you on your toes the whole time. I felt like that. I couldn't slick off camber, tight. I couldn't find a good fast pace. I did fine in that race, but I still couldn't. I think I finished 4th or 5th. I couldn't really never get in a groove and push. It just felt kind of like I was on my toes the whole time.
I think you might finish 3rd.
Yeah.
Maybe 4th.
I think so.
You actually had to race my practice squad.
Yes.
On them.
That was maybe that was part of it too. Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
Probably so. A little bit.
And you started slipping your clutch a little bit too.
Yeah.
But round 6, was it Hoosier?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Left skipped baseball practice on Friday.
Yeah, holla back.
Yeah, well, headed there. Ended up being a 12-hour ride instead of a
long ride.
Instead of like a 10.5-hour ride.
Traffic.
And stayed at a hotel. I had a pretty good day. Had a decent start. I was like 7th, and then thought we were going right, like we've been the last 2 rounds or last 2 races there, going right when you get in the woods and going like on that straight. We ended up going left. Didn't have time to look at the track or anything, so didn't really know like how it was looking, and it ended up dropping me back to like 12th.
Messed you up a little bit.
Yeah, because I like went on the far right line, and that was a slower line because it like went all the way around. But ended up 5th. I was on the lead lap and hadn't got lapped by the pros or anybody yet. Was on the 4th lap. Dad ended up only getting 3 laps, but I almost finished the 4th lap. Locked the motor up. Something with a low rod bearing in it. Blew it up right before the big old creek we got across. I was in 3rd when that happened. Made 2 passes on a split line where it was super, because this track was super muddy the first 2 laps. And
Yes,
like
it was.
some deep parts.
Slick.
Yeah, but the track ended up being like pretty prime, 3rd and 4th lap
Yes.
for me.
Yeah, they got better.
But it's just the ruts were super deep.
They were deep.
That was the only thing, but ended up blowing the motor up again.
Overall, you had a good race that race.
Yeah, I was like 60-something overall.
It was like raining before the race. We were getting ready, and it was raining on us.
Mm-hmm. What was round 7? Mason-Dixon?
Mason-Dixon.
And then round 8 was what? No, we just had
Snowshoe?
No, Snowshoe was round 9. Yeah, Powerline Park, round
Powerline.
round 7. Missed it. Final 4.
Final 4 baseball. Yep.
And then round 8 was Mason-Dixon.
Yep.
Mason-Dixon got the whole shot. Led for like 6 miles. Buddy Sawyer passed me. Me and him were riding together a little bit. Heard some clanking when I was in the lead, actually, on like the top of my engine, sounded like. So I look down, and I just see oil all on the side of my leg. So, like, where all the oil dumps in it, blew that hose off, where it feeds into the top of the engine, blew that little caliper off, kind of. And so we got that fixed up, but ended up finishing, like, 15th because I only got 1 lap.
Yeah.
Checked in first lap, like, 3rd or 4th, something like that.
Yeah.
Round 9, Snowshoe, on the first row in class. You were like 6 or 7 rows behind me. Pretty good bit. Last year you were only like 3 rows behind first row in my class, but last year I didn't race Snowshoe, had a concussion.
They spaced it out a little more.
Yeah. Got into the woods pretty good. I was like running 3rd. And then me and my buddy Graydon, and then Dylan Bothell caught me. He was on the 2nd row. Ended up making some passes. We actually went through Howard's Hole. I was in like 2nd maybe. Buddy Barrett was out front, and then I think Connor Humphreys kid, I think he was in 2nd, so I probably was in 3rd. And ended up getting through Howard's Hole, and then felt my clutches slipping again. And then got like going up the mountain, and I was like, oh, this ain't good. And so I was going up it, and it just stopped on me. And then
It was unfortunate, but big tires through Howard's was no problem, right?
yeah, I mean, I got stuck.
Yeah.
But because there was already a bottleneck in there, so I tried to find my own line, and I ended up getting my A-arm caught on a rock, and then of course the people helped me. They're gonna help you if you get stuck.
That's
so.
right. Still just slick and
help.
Just having the right line makes a difference.
Right.
But sometimes you can't help but go wherever they want you to go.
Right.
Yeah.
But round 10 was Buckwheat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because his first race back. Buckwheat, 3rd place finish, was like almost last on the first lap, I think maybe. I think I was like 11th on the first lap. Started chipping away. I've really been struggling to find a groove on the first lap this year, this like second half at least.
Yeah.
And I think same for you probably.
Yeah.
First lap kind of is a little struggle for me.
Right. Yeah, just I wish there was a way we could like just go run a little semi-hot lap, get the blood flowing, get everything,
Yeah.
get all that, because it takes me a lap or two to kind of get in the flow and get loose and feeling good and be at my peak. So I wish that.
I think it's just you when you're sitting at the starting line, like when they do introductions of the 4x4 Pro Woman XC.
Yeah.
I think it's just your body just sitting there. I think that's part of the problem.
I did do some jumping jacks the past few races, and that's kind of helped keep the heart rate up.
Yeah.
And jump on the quad and go.
Maybe do some push-ups or something.
I mean,
something different. We can try something.
Something different.
Yep. But Buckwheat finished 3rd. It was like 19 seconds off Buddy Barrett. Maybe if Mom would have been a little faster on the pit, or maybe I shouldn't have pitted. I don't know. But It was a fast track, and I got
was.
4 laps, so I thought I needed some gas.
Yeah.
But round 11, dust race.
Very dusty.
Mountaineer.
Yeah, very dusty.
Complete opposite of last year.
Yeah, very dusty.
Super rocky, super rough. Like it was basically racing on chalk the whole race. There's maybe 2 sections where you had like this wide of a little water spot that you could go across at the bottom.
Yeah.
But not the best day. I mean, I was like 8th on the start. I was gonna be like 3rd, 4th into the woods, and then I got bumped into like a ditch on the 3rd corner right before you go in the woods, and basically just stayed there on a dust track. You can't really do anything when you can't see anything. I heard a lot of pros say that too. Shout out to Roush, first overall podium.
That was big.
XC1, not a boy.
That was awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, 7th place, not too bad, but that's not where I. Last year that would have been a good finish for me, but this year
Ronnie got the whole shot in that race.
Yeah,
and then that helped him to stay out front. I got the whole shot in my class, never looked back. That helped me too. So that if it's a dusty race and you get in that little train of people that you're having to ride behind, they're riding slower. It's real dusty. It's hard to start from the back and work your way up in a dust race, especially that one in particular. So for me, it helped me being up front really good. The week before that, I won that one as well. I was really strong that one. The Mountaineer, I only won by a second and a half. Again, my competition chest come up on me and had to battle and keep him at bay for like the last three miles. So that was tough, battling, keeping him. When you're at the very towards the end, you're still having to push and give it your all. Sometimes you're riding as hard as you have the whole race towards the end, and I'm learning to do that and excel at that. That's helping me. You've had to do that too. You've had races where it come down to the wire, so you have to just give all your focus for the full 2 hours. That's what I'm learning is the full 2 hours. I'm going to give it my all, push as hard as I can. That's the best secret to success. Not relaxing for a little bit or whatever. Just we got to find a way to go the whole time.
Yep. Let's see. Round 12.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth place finish.
It's a good race.
Got into a little mishap on the first lap. Hit a tree. Kind of flipped, and then there's kind of a pile up about like 3 or 4 of us together.
It was slick the first lap.
Yeah, and I was trying to go on the split line. I was trying to go left and hit the brakes too late and just slid right into a tree.
This was the John Penton, the race that was super muddy and slick and heavy and treacherous the year before. This year, it was just, last week, so hurricane was coming through. Didn't know how it was going to be. We had a lot of rain Friday, but then it didn't do much of nothing on Saturday. So the first of the race was slick. It still was slick at the end. You couldn't. It was prime for the pros, not for us. But it was getting that way with us. It was getting better each lap.
You even had like some dusty corners. Like you could just see the dust a little bit. But yeah, fourth place ended up like for a lap and a half. Lap 3, halfway through. Call my dad.
Before he gets into this, I can lock up the national championship at this past race, which we did. I could lock it up if I finished ahead of Robert Perry. That's all I had to do was finish one place ahead of him. So I didn't get the best start. It was a decent start. I was third, but as the race went on, I knew that Perry was behind me. So I was just focused on keeping him behind me, racing a nice, steady, safe pace. I didn't want to screw up. I didn't want to ride over my head and hit a tree or slide off the track or have something catastrophic to where I couldn't lock this up. So I wasn't really trying to push to get that win as the race went on, and I know that the 2 guys kind of got a little bit of a gap on me. So my focus was, okay, I'm not going to try to push and catch up the time and beat those guys. I just want to make sure I ride safe and a clean race and finish this race ahead of Perry and lock this thing up and take it home. And then lo and behold, this happened.
Yeah, so halfway through lap 3, I see about a row of 5 people, and I just see that red outfit. Them Tech 10s, it got you looking good too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I just saw all red, and I was like, and I saw 7. I was like, oh my gosh, that's my dad. I was like, so I started riding hard even harder because I was like, I see Perry's right there. I was like, holy, they're literally battling. Like, but you had like 2 people in between y'all. You had like a 4x4.
Yeah.
But I think a 4x4 is actually in front of you too, and they were slowing you down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lappers are terrible.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah. But there's like a row of like 6 of us, and I'm behind a 4x4. I get around the 4x4. Then I'm behind Robert Perry, who's my dad's battling with for the national championship. And I rev at him. I'm like, hey, Perry. I'm literally hollering his last name, so I can get him to move. He moves, and he like nods at me, and I was like, oh, he knows it's me. And then so I get up on my dad after that because I have passed the other 2 people, and get up on my dad. He ends up letting me by. I was like, well, what should I do? I was like, I guess he just let me by. I guess he got it. And so because I was thinking about blocking for you. I was like, shouldn't I shouldn't stay in between them and block for him? And I was like, well, he let me by, so I guess he's fine. And so I just rode a little bit, pulled like a 15-second gap on him. And then I look back and I see Perry behind me, and I don't see you. And I end up spinning out. I don't know. Was it in a corner?
Corner, yeah.
It was a corner going into a straightaway.
Yeah.
And I ended up spinning out. Perry hit me, and then my dad goes by me. I'm like, goodness. I was like,
it's crazy.
And then we ride, and then I see my dad pass Perry back, and I was like, that boy. And then I got back around Perry, literally right before we got to Mom and Halen, and I ended up passing Perry back and getting in between y'all. And then when it stayed like that the rest of the race, but then on the 4th lap, exact same spot, you end up spinning out in the same place.
Crazy.
And luckily, I was right there in between y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he'd have been by you.
Yeah.
But really, really fun race to remember, and it was I was glad I was able to help Dad out with locking it up. I mean, there's no other word to describe it than just like happiness for him whenever we crossed the finish line to see that. But
yeah, so whenever we've had races where we finished, back to back like that, and on both scenarios, I in front of him, he in front of me, which has been really cool. It's happened more than I thought it would. Being out there on the track and being able to ride with him at different times, is everything. Because I'm racing, he's racing, I don't get to see him a lot. But at this same track, the year before, it was a mud race. We had some epic encounters and riding together events at that race. So it happened again, just more than any. We got a lap and a half together on that, but just like the emotion and the rarity of we're out there together, and he's witnessing me battling and winning the national championship, and he literally had the best seat in the house, finished right behind me. It wasn't like I won it and then he came through later or vice versa. Like, he literally saw me cross the line and win it, and he got to take that in, that perspective, and then just knowing that he was a part of it, y'all. Like, he showed great teamwork. We didn't plan it, but it happened to where he got in that scenario, and he was smart enough to know what was at stake and what to do. So he basically sacrificed his race at that point for the last lap, surely, to block for me and just be there with me to make sure that he brought it home with me. He was my guardian, he was my protector, my escort, he was everything. So got me so emotional, and then just him seeing me win it was great too. So the combination of that was a God thing. I mean, he is just giving us these unbelievable memories, and having him there with me. And Perry was a great sport about it. He came up and said, yeah, Brady was blocking good for you and all that. But that's just teamwork. That's like if you're NASCAR teammates and you're out there on the last lap, you're not going to wreck each other, and you may end up helping each other out, but you're definitely going to, understand that teamwork and that relationship there is going to potentially benefit you if you're out there on the track with your teammates. So I was out there with the Nsheppard race crew. Brady was out there with me, and just got it done. He was there to see it, and then just the celebration, and then just like I'm normally like fired up and hooting and hollering. He was doing that for me. For me, I was like speechless. It was like I just did it, y'all. I just did this. I won the national championship. I made it happen. It's not easy. I don't care, what class you're in. If you win a national championship, you showed discipline and consistent perseverance, and you showed speed because you got to, because every week people are giving it their all. It's not like people gave it to me. People are out there trying to bite our heads off. Brady's class, he's got some dogs in it. They're super fast. They're out there just trying to do their all. So for Brady to potentially finish, he could finish, this last race for him, I'm going to go to the afternoon B class just to try that out. Brady's racing his morning race at Ironman just because got a shot to even bump up 2 more spots. So one race he could go up 2 positions for the national season-ending points. That's huge. So no worse than 5th for him. Could get up to 3rd. With the halfway through the season for Brady, you had, like, I was feeling down about your season because you just had so much inconsistencies with quad issues. It was random and unfortunate stuff that we've got that correct and fixed now. But just to see that all that's happened and you still are in place, you still were consistently good enough when you did have good finishes without mechanical issues, that you're right there in position to maybe even get a podium. A 5th national ranking will be great too. So it's going to be a overall success for the season, obviously for me, but for you too. No matter what happens, if it's 3rd or 5th or 4th, it's going to be a successful year for year number 2. And then catapult you to bigger things next year. And if we can get a good, consistent year quad-wise out of you, then it's, the goal then would be, hey, let's try to win. Let's try to win a championship. So overall, the season number 2 was great. The first year, everything was new. We were figuring out how to do this, what's good for us, what is our routines, learn the track, the venues. This year it was easier for us because we knew the venue, we knew the scenario. We've already done it before. We kind of knew what to do. Just let's do everything the same but better in that manner. And then next year it'll be the same thing. We'll be even more comfortable and secure feeling with how to do what we need to do to be successful. And then the training aspect, we're learning how to be better with that too. So this is nothing but I'm a better man because of what we're doing. Brady is as well, because it is teaching us something every day we do it, whether it's the discipline to work out and eat right, to be at our best, because that's really starts it all. If we don't eat right and or train, we're not going to be successful. So we have to do that as a baseline. So on this, y'all, like, whatever, find something that you're passionate about and trying to strive to be great at. That way you'll have, the need to be disciplined. If you don't have anything in life that you're really trying to do or be successful at, if you're just kind of going through life in a lazy fashion, not focused on, maybe you just want to be an employee and that's all, like, you need something more than that. You need something that you can strive for in your career, whether it be a career that is, goal oriented, or your compensation is based on hitting certain levels. I don't think it's a good success as a young man to go and only just go work a 9-to-5 and not have anything else that he deals with that's going to be something that can push him or something he can strive for it. So just a little thought for the young ones listening to this, like, if you are just doing a 9-to-5 and you're happy with that career path, you need to be playing some extracurricular activity or have something that you're striving to do or succeed in, even if it's just like weight training or mountain biking or something. You need to do something to where you can test yourself mentally and physically on a daily basis to keep persevering and trying to improve every day. Because if you're just kind of sitting on your heels and graduate and then go just get you a normal job and you have nothing else that's going on in your life, you're not going to be at your peak, full, true, real deal, manly self. You need goals. You need something to aspire and strive for every day. And that's been racing for Brady. He's about to graduate, so he's got a lawn care business, so hit him up for that. 706, look, 255-8996, Rapid Lawn Services. Bam, hit him up for that. That's going good, but we know he's going to have a potential to try things here as well. So the goal for me is not college and do things the way that you were told to do. For me, for Brady, is challenge him. I want to challenge him every day. which he knows, and just continue to those adversities that I put on him, he puts on himself, and other things put on him every day, going to make him better, going to teach him things, and that's how you progress and learn to get better. We're going to do that same thing in the racing segment too. We're going to work out harder, we're going to ride harder, and learn just to overcome and find ways to get better. But I'm super proud of you for this first season, obviously, and this season we got one more race to go. We're going to give it our all for that, and we'll get Brady Rambo on here more and talk about some other stuff. Like we got to talk about his truck, got his Raptor back. There's so much stuff we can talk about, and we'll definitely dive into that. But Peyton's about to be here. It's 10:28, so a little 30-minute pod for you. First time having Brady on here. I can't believe that. So we got to get you on here more. Anything you want to end it on, Brady? Anything you want to say?
No, I'm good.
You straight?
Yeah.
Very nice. You want to let anybody know what your graphics going to look like next year? You want any secrets or no? Make them wait. Make them wait.
Red, black, and white.
Okay.
Silver.
That's all you get, y'all. That's all you get.
Santo Derisi. Hit them up.
There you go.
Derisi Racing.
Derisi Racing. Catch y'all later. Peace out. What I love the most about doing these podcasts and videos for you all is the documentation, the preservation, the history. We can look back on this next year, year after, 20 years from now, and be like, man, look how far we came, son. Or look at the memories that we had. Do you remember this race? I do remember that turn. I do remember that mud hole right there. Oh, that hill climb was so great. Oh, remember when I passed, what's his name? Right there. Just great process documentation. It means everything to me to look back on as the years roll on. And I greatly appreciate all you all support as well as checking out our videos and seeing the life of the Sheppards on a day-to-day basis here at Akins and at the house and traveling, all the things that we're so busy doing. Got some deer hunting coming up soon, so stay tuned for more. Everything auto, everything lifestyle of custom is greater than stock is what you'll find right here. Peace out, y'all. Let's go.